Awesome. Okay, so whenever you're ready, just put your chair somewhere nearby and find your place to move and then just start marching on the spot. So we'll just do this for a few minutes while everybody gets themselves organized. And hey, Nancy, nice to see you. Okay, relaxing your arms, relaxing your shoulders. Good, use this as a little warm up for your feet. So see if you can get your toes moving, ankles moving, a little bit of awareness as well about, how much weight is on the outside edge of your foot, how much weight is on the inside, and is it different from right to left? Good, nice easy breaths. We're gonna split our awareness kind of halfway between our feet and our ankles, warming up here, and our lower ribs. So as you breathe, see if you can just gently fill the lower circumference of the rib cage. So kind of the lower half of the ribs. Notice that your breath is going there anyways. Relaxing the tops of the shoulders. Okay, we're all marching. Nancy, just so you know, we'll use a chair for today's class. So if you have one nearby, it's nice to see you. Okay, so let's start to lift our knees a little higher. Swing your arms a little bit bigger. Good, you can take your thoughts out of your feet now and bring them to your lower ribs, upper waistline. And reach your arms front and back with a little bit more enthusiasm than you normally would, so that you're already encouraging your rib cage to rotate around your spine a little bit. So we're getting some good old-fashioned thoracic rotation via the oppositional swing of our arms. And this is really valuable rotation. It's why whenever you can, you should go for a walk and let your arms naturally swing and try not to hold a coffee or a bag. Good. Now push your head up to the ceiling and tuck your chin a little bit. Keep the rotation using your arms. And then reach your tail down a little bit so that your lumbar spine is long. We're gonna march this way for another 30 seconds, breathing into the lower ribs, lengthening the neck, lengthening the tail, reaching the arms to the front and back wall. And I want you to see if you can feel a widening across the lower ribs. So go below the brow line, just above the waistline. Find that area with your breath. Changing the arms now. Take your arms up to the ceiling. We'll raise the roof for about 10 seconds. Good. Keep that little bit of axial elongation so your spine is straighter than normal. And then go out to the sides for 10 seconds. Push off of your feet like you're really springing off of your toes. Arms out into the front of the room for 10 seconds. Elbows up. Good, nice work. Now keep directing your arms up a little bit so they're about 45 degrees up in front of you. Nice. Now keep your arms reaching at 45 degrees and turn them out, turn them in. Turn them out and turn them in. Internally and externally rotating your arm bones. Keep going. I'm going to show you from the side. Turning in, turning out. Turning in, turning out. Good. Just a few more. Tall spine. Chin is tucked in. Tail is reaching down. Now keep your right arm reaching. Let your left arm swing behind you. And then switch. And you're going to go into opposition, but you're going to reach the front arm up. So I want your front fingers to be pointing to where the wall and the ceiling meet. Or if you're outside, you get to pick a different object to point at. Let the ribs rotate. 10 seconds more, a nice energetic swing with the front arm reaching towards that top corner. Good work, everybody. Okay, slow it down. Catch your breath. Take your feet out wider than your shoulders. Turn your toes and knees out and just shift Gently and calmly side to side. Good. Think about the lower rib cage. As you shift, I want you to side bend the lower ribs, side to side. You can put your hands on your hips, you can let your arms drop, side bend in this lower thoracic area. If you're not sure, everybody keep going, but if you're not sure where, think about either lower part of the sternum or back here, you're gonna try and side bend from that area. Okay, so here we go, side bending. Good, now stop the side bend and just do a rotation from that area. Rotate the lower ribs right and left. I don't really care if you're super precise. I want you to see if you can even feel movement in the lower part of the rib cage as opposed to just the low back and the neck, because those areas are really flexible. Okay, now you're gonna relax your arms. You're gonna do a little bit of both. You're gonna side bend and rotate, side bend and rotate. See if you can lead with the bottom of your sternum, side bend, rotate. It looks a little bit silly, but it doesn't matter. Then you can let your arms start to follow. Be lazy with the arms. You're gonna be drawing an infinity symbol with your arms in front of you as you side bend, rotate. Exactly. Now let's start to make it a little bit bigger. Side bend and rotate, side bend and rotate. Let your arms go up and down so that you're drawing a bigger infinity symbol, but we're still leading from the lower ribs and lower thoracic spine. See if you can even get a stretch out of it. Like, could you feel a little bit of a stretch around the mid-lower back? Good, we'll just do one or two more. Hopefully it's just an enjoyable movement and you can still lead from T9, 10, 11. Okay, good, and then come to the center. Awesome, just turn your toes in, soften your knees. Let's put the hands on the hips and we'll move our pelvis now. So posteriorly tilt your pelvis, anterior tilt. Posterior tilt, anterior tilt. Just draw your chin in, give yourself a little double chin. Keep tucking and untucking and keep the back of the neck and the thoracic spine nice and long. Good, we'll do 4 more. Posterior, anterior tilts. 3 more. Shoulders are easy, 2 more. And 1 more. Good, then go into a half posterior tilt. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders. As long as it's okay for your neck, lift your elbows a little higher and see if you can direct, stay there. Imagine a line going from your elbow down and across to the bottom opposite rib. So you're making an X and you're gonna shift those bottom ribs to the right and then to the left. We're gonna tuck the chin, tuck the tail, elbows are lifted. Imagine that X from the elbow to the opposite bottom rib and see if you can keep your pelvis really still while you shift your ribs from side to side. Good, we're gonna just do 2 more each way. Teasing a little bit of movement out of the lower thoracic spine, good. Open your arms and keep them higher than your shoulders and keep leading from your bottom ribs. Awesome translations, everybody. See if you want to go a little further to the right and to the left. Looks really good. Shoulders easy, even though our arms are up. Good, now go to the right and stay there. Tip all the way over into a big side bend. Good, stay here and do a little pulse. And imagine that you're opening the left side of the spine and the left lower ribs. It can be a very small pulse. You want to breathe. Good, last 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep opening the left side. 2, 1. Good, come all the way to the center. Arms are up in a bit of a V. Translate to the right. How does that feel? Maybe more free now. Translate to the left. One more time, translate to the right. Nice, translate to the left. Stay here. Tip over into a big side bend. Good, once you got your side bend, add a little pulse It can be very small, it can be way smaller than what I'm doing. See if you can imagine the lower thoracic spine, the lower ribs on the right side, tease them open with this little pulse. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail. Last 8, 7, good work everybody. Little sips of air, 3, 2, 1, come all the way up. Last time, arms up, translate right, translate left. Last time each side, translate right, translate left. Come to the center, finally relax your arms. Shoulders got some strengthening there. Relax your pelvis. Give your shoulders a little wiggle, just sort of shake it out on the spot. Okay, I think we're ready for standing ELDOA. So let's build it from the toes all the way up. Maybe already you feel like kind of long through the waistline, just that extra bit of awareness. Keep that feeling if you've got it. Lift your big toes up. Push your arches into the ground. Good. Keep your arches flat and turn your shins out and turn your thigh bones in. Shins out, thighs in. Be calm about it. There's no perfection. It's just getting each piece in place as best as you can. Go into a posterior tilt and you can always reach back and feel the lumbar spine in a nice lengthened position. Maybe put the other hand at the base of your skull. Draw the base of your skull back into your hand. Draw your low back into your lower hand and let those two hands slide away from one another. So we're pulling the base of the skull and the sacrum and low back apart. Tuck your chin, relax your sternum. Take one arm at a time out in front of you, externally rotated with an extended wrist. Spread your palms a lot. Externally rotate from the shoulder a lot. And then imagine I have a hold of your wrists and I'm pulling both wrists towards me. So let me pull your arms away from your torso. And now I'm continuing to pull your arms and I'm going to start to lift them. I've got your wrists and I'm lifting them up to the ceiling. You're keeping the back of the head and the tail drawing apart. I'm bringing your arms up towards the sides of your head. Don't force the position, just as high up as they'll go happily. And now push an imaginary platter up against the ceiling. Draw the chin in. Breathe little sips of air into the lower ribs, lower thoracic. So see if you can hug the sides of your head with your arms. Reach your tail down. Nice work. Now check your toes are up, arches are down, shins are out, thighs are in. We've got 10 seconds left. Try to lengthen the spine continuously. Push the arms up. Good. Widen across the back of the shoulders and lift out of the rib cage. Good. Now bring your right arm slowly down. Keep everything else. Left arm slowly relaxes. Toes and ankles relax. Shins and thighs relax. And then finally the spine. Shoulders and neck. You can wiggle it out if you have an instinct to do that. Good. Let's grab our chairs. Time to get moving in this area a little bit more specifically. Now, the best way to sit on the chair for this is going to be with your legs wide. So you're going to sit with your legs wide, hanging off the sides of the chair. If you can. If you don't have a chair like this, just make sure you're sitting with your legs wide and relaxed. Okay. If you're lucky enough to have super short legs and your feet can dangle, even better. All right. It's the only time in life where short legs are a benefit. You're going to sink your tail into the ground, feel the low back nice and long, reach your head up to the ceiling. We're going to start with good old-fashioned rotation. So take your arms out in front of you. Externally rotate your arms and extend your wrists, and you're pushing the heels of your palms forward. Now stay there for a second. Make sure your spine is straight. I'm just going to come a little closer. Okay, from here, you're going to lift both arms up about maybe 45 degrees, maybe a little less. Turn your left fingers in and pull your elbow up and back. So elbow and right hand are both above the shoulders. So left arm, so from here we did turn the left hand in, pull the elbow behind you. Good, so bend your elbow, pull your elbow behind you like a bow and arrow. Now you're gonna start to rotate your thoracic cage, the whole thoracic cage around your spine. Pull your elbow behind you, push your right hand forward. The right arm is pushing up and forward. I'll show you the view from the side. Here we are. We're trying to keep the spine straight. We're pulling the elbow back. There you go. Pushing the arm forward. Everybody stay. Eyes are down, nose and belly button are centered, and you're wrapping your bottom ribs around a straight spine. One more breath, in and out. It's a little breath. Good, now slowly come out of that. Beautiful work, everybody. Reach the arms forward. We're gonna do the right side. Turn your right fingers in, bend your elbow and pull your elbow behind you. Tuck your chin and tuck your tail, and then start to turn your rib cage around your spine. Eyes, nose, and belly button stay pointing forward. Try not to let your left arm lower too much. You're trying to direct the stretch exactly down into the back of the rib cage near the lower part of it. Good. Turn that front arm out. Everyone's doing great. Good. Tina, turn your head to the left just a teeny bit. That was great. I said, Tina, turn your, and it sounded like Tina Turner, which was awesome. 10, let's hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. Slowly come out. That was so cool. And then relax your arms down. Good. Wiggle it out. Amazing. So everything we do, we're going to have our arms just above the shoulder because we want to be able to direct whatever stretch we're doing down here into the lower part of the ribs. So if I'm here, the stretch is going to go more in the middle of my ribs. If I'm here, the stretch is going to go more up. If I'm here with the arm, it's going to go more down. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's do it one more time, each side. Arms coming out in front. Elongate your spine. Turn your left fingers in, pull your elbow up, lift your right arm up, and imagine that directing the tension and the pull into the lower ribs. Then start to pull that bow and arrow. Draw the elbow behind you, push the arm forward and up, and feel those bottom ribs rotating around the spine. Tuck your chin. That's it, exactly. You want to try and keep your nose pointing forward. So Mark, just turn your head to the right a little. Perfect. That's it. Last 5, 4, great work. 3, 2, 1. Come back to the center. Looks really good. Can you do the other side? Right fingers turn in, elbow pulls up. Check that your spine is a pretty long line, and then start to pull the elbow back. Push the hand up and forward, and can you feel or even imagine the lower part of the rib cage doing its nice twist around the spine? The spine stays straight, really nice. Sheila, put more weight on your right sit bone, just a teeny bit. Yeah, good, awesome. That looks really good. Last 5 seconds, everybody. Beautiful. Nancy, lift that arm just an inch, awesome. Okay, and then come back to center, and then relax your arms down. Awesome. You might have the instinct to wiggle it out, so please do that if you do. If you ever feel after a stretch like just being still, then do that. You don't have to wiggle, but if you want to wiggle, you wiggle. Okay, we're going to add a little bit of a translation now. So put one hand right under your sternum. So your thumb is kind of at your xiphoid process. The other hand goes on the corresponding part of your back. And you're just going to translate this area side to side. Your hands are just helping you know what area you're trying to move from. Don't worry about making it perfect. Just see if you can get movement down here in the lower ribs and lower thoracic. Now do a circle. It's like you're just giving this area some love and some breath and attention. If you want to switch hands, we'll circle the other way. Maybe you can feel your inhales in the front hand, but not as much in the back. See if you can send some of that air to the back. Okay, all right. And now we're going to try and do this translation without too much of a side bend. It's a bit tricky, but let me walk you through it. Let's see how it goes. So take your right hand down by your side, externally rotate your arm, extend your wrist. So this is fixing the left or the right side of the torso. Take your left hand, and you're gonna put the back of your hand on your head. So you could wave hello to the ceiling. Yeah, exactly. Tuck your chin, tuck your tail. You do wanna keep both sit bones on the chair here. You're gonna translate your lower ribs, lower thoracic spine to the left. Now push down through your right arm and externally rotate it a little more and push the top of your head up into your hand. So we're gonna try and keep the neck spine vertical. Start pushing your left elbow up to the ceiling. Reach your left armpit and shoulder blade up towards your elbow. Keep your ribs translated to the left and push up through that left elbow like someone's lifting the whole arm. Tuck your chin, try to resist side bending your neck. Push down and out through your right hand. We're gonna hold here just for a few more seconds. Tuck the chin. Little breaths of air, translate the lower ribs to the right, push the elbow up, up, up. And now slowly relax the elbow, come out of the translation, relax both arms, and take a breath in and out here. Good, now we do the right side. So let's fix the left side, arm by the side, external rotation, extended wrist. So your left arm is reaching. Put the back of your right hand on your head. Take a moment to reach your tail down and push your head up, eyes are down. Let's translate the lower ribs, the lower thoracic to the right. Translate, translate, translate. Keep pushing that left hand towards the floor. And then we're gonna start to push the elbow, that right elbow up. Let it drag the chest muscles and the back muscles up with it. So the armpit and the shoulder blade go for the ride. Keep pushing straight up through that elbow. Translate the ribs to the right. Keep the left sit bone down. Now tuck your chin and push your head up into your hand. Exactly. This one feels it's a lot harder to feel, but we'll just stay for another moment. Elbow going up. Good. And then slowly relax that right elbow. Ease your way back out of that translation. Relax your arms and take a breath in and out. Okay, and our last one. So as we were talking before, when the arms go up a little bit, we direct the stretch a little lower down in the ribs. So take your arms in front of you and just set up this nice external rotation, extended wrists. You're gonna float your arms up about 45 degrees or so. Good, stay right there. And I'm gonna show you from the side as we move on. I want you to take your bottom ribs and start to round them back. Make sure your shoulders and your hips stay lined up with one another. So I'm gonna pull my bottom ribs behind me and push your shoulder blades wide to the sides of your ribs, so east and west, and out towards your hands. Pull your bottom ribs back, pull your lower thoracic spine back, push your arms up and forward. Chin is tucked, shoulders are over the hips. We stay for 10 more seconds. The more you turn your arms out, you're doing great, the better. Let those shoulder blades help you pull away from all the flesh and musculature in the lower ribs. Good. And then start to bring the arms slowly down. Start to roll up through the spine so you're nice and tall again. And then relax everything. Okay, nicely done, everybody. I'd like to go down to the mat. We're going to do 2 myofascial stretches and then we'll get into our ELDOAs. So come on down to all fours. So quadruped position. We're going to do the lower trapezius and then the upper lats. See how we, well, not really the upper lats, kind of the lower lats. Okay, so just to, hopefully it'll be kind of clear, but I want to show you the position of the stretch. We're going to be doing it on kind of an upper diagonal. So just have a peek at the screen. The stretch is going to look like this. I'm going to tell you to put one hand forward in the center of your mat. The other hand is going to stretch on the upward diagonal up towards the top corner of your mat. So as you go into a twist, your stretching arm is on a diagonal reaching up. Okay, so We're gonna come onto all fours evenly, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And I'll talk you through it. I think we've all pretty much all done this before, but it's not too bad. You're gonna tuck your tail a little bit, tuck your chin, and just imagine one of those long foam rollers lying along your back. So your back is as straight as it can go. Nice work. Okay, we're gonna take the left hand and step it forward into the center of your mat. So it's a little bit ahead and right in the center line. And now you're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna thread the needle up towards the top left corner of your mat. So you're gonna reach your right hand underneath your left arm and you're gonna twist to put your right shoulder and the right side of your head on the floor. And your arm should be reaching up on the diagonal. Okay, everybody stay for a moment. I'm gonna look. Now tuck your chin right in. Really draw your chin into your chest. Good, take a couple of breaths here. Nice deep breaths. See if you can slightly protract your shoulder blades. So widen your shoulder blades apart and reach through that right hand. Use that left hand like a kickstand, pressing into the ground. Good, we're almost there. I want you to imagine your shoulder blades widening. Try to round your lower thoracic spine a little bit. So yeah, perfect, Mark, nice work. Now slight side bend, you're gonna bring your left hip towards your left armpit, just a tiny bit. Left hip towards left armpit. Good, one more breath there. That's it. And then when you're ready, slowly release the side bend, shift your hips back, come very slowly out of the twist and find your way back evenly onto all fours, hands and knees. All right. Okay, let's try the other side. So you're gonna step your right hand forward and center. Take your left hand and thread the needle up and across on the diagonal. Bend your right elbow so that you can twist and put the left shoulder, left side of the head on the floor. You adjust your right arm so it's a little more comfortable and tuck your chin. You wanna feel that your upper and lower thoracic spine are in a bit of a twist. You're gonna reach through the heel of that left hand. Keep your chin tucked right in. Now see if you can slightly protract the shoulder blades apart and round the lower thoracic spine. Good, make sure you're taking little breaths here into the stretch. Yeah. If you wanna add a little more, side bend your right hip towards your right armpit. Just a little bit. That's it, eyes down. Arm reaches through, last breath, little in and out breath. Slowly, you're gonna soften that side bend. Sit your hips back as you unwind, little bit by little bit, so being really gentle. Good, and then let's just rest back on our heels. You can rest your head on your hands and take a moment and make sure your shoulders have dropped away from your ears. Shoulders are relaxed away from the ears. The nice thing about this position is that we're restricted in the front of the belly, so you can send your breath to the back body a little bit more and feel the back bottom rib cage expanding when you breathe in, because this is our area of focus. So keep thinking about that area for me. Lower thoracics. Okay. Now we're going to come up to tall kneeling. So if you need a cushion underneath your knee, then you can grab that or just roll up your mat. And we're going to be up on tall kneeling. We're going to have the left knee down first and the right, that's right. Right foot forward, left knee down. Okay, you've all done this one with me for sure. It's nice. It's a lot easier than the other one. I just want to do a couple posterior anterior tilts. So we'll just give our brain a reminder that our pelvis can and does move in this position. And then you're going to stay in your posterior tilts. So really hold on to that tuck. You might get a bonus hip flexor stretch with this one. Put your hands behind your head and just cradle the base of your skull gently. Pull the base of your skull back into your hands. Now, as we move here, you're going to keep your pelvis tucked. You're going to side bend to the right. You'll feel your left lower ribs pulling away from your left hip. Good, keep side bending until you feel that lower thoracic spine in a side bend. Now release your right arm and press it against the inside of your right thigh and use it kind of like a little bit of leverage, arm against thigh. Now, as though you were gonna bow over your lower ribs, start to flex forward and imagine you could spread open those lower ribs. Keep looking down, keep the head in contact with that right hand or left hand. Reach your right fingers to the floor and keep your side bend to the right. If this is feeling good and you want to just stay here, stay. Tucking the pelvis, trying to side bend and flex at the lower thoracic area. If you want more, release your left arm long by your ear, externally rotate it, open your palm, and push through the heel of your hand to gently pull that left shoulder blade out towards your left hand. We're gonna stay for 10 more seconds. You play with the amount of side bend and flexion you need to open the lower thoracic spine and the ribs. Miriam, bring your arm towards your ear more and push a little bit more forward and aim your chest a little more to the floor. See what happens if you kind of go forward. Yeah, maybe that, I don't know if that's better or not, but play with that. Nice work. Okay, we're gonna slowly come out of it. Bring your left arm down. Good, come slowly out of the flexion and the side bend. Good, come on to hands and knees and just do mini cat-cows for me here. Just little flexion and extension of the spine, nothing really crazy. Maybe you can imagine you're leading from the lower thoracics. Okay, good. And then when you're ready, you come back up and we'll switch sides. Left foot forward, that's it, right knee down. Good, hands on your hips and we'll just do posterior, anterior tilt. Pretty casual, just a chance to connect the brain and the pelvis here. Good, and then stay in your posterior tilt. Maybe enjoy that bonus hip flexor stretch. Hands go behind the head. You're gonna cradle the base of the skull, pull the base of the skull back, finding that length through the neck, and then start to side bend to the left. Keep your posterior tilt in your pelvis. You want that open hip. And you're gonna think about the lower right ribs pulling away from the lower, or from the right hip. Okay, from here we add a reach of the left arm goes down, right up against the left thigh. And then we add flexion. So start to bow forward and imagine you could open the back of the lower ribs like a fan. So they're pulling T, 9, 10, 11, 12 are all fanning open. All the attached ribs are fanning open. You can side bend a little more if you want. You can flex forward a little more if you want, and send your breath back there to the lower thoracic spine. I'm gonna have a look. If you wanna add that arm, Nancy, go the other way. Go the other way for this one, yeah. And flex forward. If you wanna add the arm, you add the arm. So you reach that arm by the ear. Let the hand gently pull the shoulder blade, that's right. Eyes down, chin tucked, nice, Annabelle, you got it. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears and think shoulder blades wide. Okay, we're gonna slowly come out. Nice work, everybody. Nice and easy, come out of the flexion, come out of the side bend. Hands and knees on the floor, and we just do little cat-cow movements with the spine, kind of a quarter of your full range. Good. Awesome, okay. And then make your way all the way down onto your back. Let's begin our ELDOA section of the class with the general ELDOA. So you can aim your camera to the floor if it isn't already, and then lie down on your back. Good. And let's give ourselves a minute just to rest here and allow the lower thoracic spine to go on a bit of a vacation. Because we're going to continue working that area, but I want to give it a bit of a rest. Now, in the general ELDOA, we're usually focused on elongating and anchoring the sacrum and the back of the skull. We really want to keep S2 and the back of the skull lengthening apart. So let's go into a little posterior tilt with the pelvis. So you feel your low back and your sacrum are down. And then tuck your chin to your throat and feel the back of your skull gently pulling away from your upper back. And now really draw the bottom ribs into the ground. So I want you to imagine that of everything along your spine, between the cervical, thoracic, lumbar spine, and sacrum, that your lower thoracic spine is the heaviest. It might be the hardest to feel depending on your spine, but just imagine the heaviest part of the spine is in the lower thoracic spine. Okay, we're going to draw the knees in over the chest. Hold on to the opposite shin and flex your feet. Just getting ready for general ELDOA. You can wiggle your hips around, wiggle your shoulders, try and feel as centered as you can. Let's begin reaching the right arm back by the ear, externally rotated, extended wrists. Now keep your bottom ribs down as you put your left foot on the ground and slide that leg to straight, pushing through the heel of the left foot. Pause here. Notice how your left leg and the opposite arm, the right arm, are stretching away from those lower ribs. Now as you breathe in, arc your leg up to the ceiling, pushing your heel up, anchoring your sacrum, lumbar, and lower ribs down. Then bring your left knee in, bring your right hand in and hold your left knee, arms are crossed. Take your left arm out and reach your left arm back by your ear, turn it out. Anchor your bottom ribs and put your right foot down. Slide your right leg to straight, flexing that foot, push through the heel. Feel the bottom ribs anchored. And when you inhale next, the leg is going to arc straight up to the ceiling, knee extended, lower ribs heavy. Then bend your right knee, bring it in, and bring your left hand in to hold your right knee. Your arms are crossed. Let's go again. Right arm goes back by the ear. The opposite leg, the left leg, goes down and stretches along the floor. Push through that left heel. Good. When you're ready, and inhale, the leg goes up to the ceiling. Beautiful. The leg pulls up, and then you bring the leg in and bring the arm in, and you're holding the opposite knees again. Good. Let's take the left arm by your ear, right leg long. You got it, JP. You were right. You were right. Hold on to that knee with that head. Yes, good. Inhale the leg up to the ceiling, just the long leg up to the ceiling. Good. And then fold that leg in. Good. You're going to continue at your own pace. Right arm is going to go long, left leg is going to go long, and you keep going at your own pace with the opposite limbs reaching. Good. That long leg is the one that stretches up to the ceiling before you come back to that holding the opposite shin position. So JP, arc your left leg up to the ceiling and then bring both knees in and hold on to the opposite shin. Both knees are in. Hold the opposite shin, JP. Good. Yeah. Now take your left arm by your ear. Stretch your right leg long and hold your left knee. That's it. And then arc your left leg, or your right leg, sorry, up to the ceiling. Good. And fold in. Nice work, everybody. That's it. Let's let the feet come down. Let the arms come down. Good. And rest. Rest the spine on the floor. Nicely done. Take 1 or 2 breaths there. Good. You're going to roll onto your side now, and you're going to prop yourself a little bit up here. So you're going to be on your right. Let's say you're going to lie on the right hip with the knees stacked and the feet stacked. And then you're going to be down on your elbows. So I'm on my right hip with my knees and my feet stacked. Knees and hips are at 90-degree angles. Good, yeah, and then elbows underneath the shoulders. You know, this is my favorite stretch. So tuck your tail, tuck your chin, And just take a moment to try and stretch your spine long. And if you're doing it, or if you're tight especially, you'll feel the left side of the spine is on a little extra tension. Tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Now you're going to keep your spine really stretched and take your left leg, that's the top leg, let it stretch straight down from the hip. Knee is straight, foot is flexed, and you let the inside of your foot rest on the floor. Inside the foot, good. Now tuck your tail, tuck your chin, push that leg away from you so you actually feel the foot pulling the hip down with it. Your left hip is reaching towards your left foot on the floor. Now slide your left hand along the floor, keep your palm flat for a moment, as though you were trying to reach your fingers to the top edge of your mat, and let your left shoulder blade and the left side of your rib cage get pulled along towards your hand. You can stay here and breathe. If you're already maxed out, just stay. If you want a little more, externally rotate your left arm and extend your wrist so that the pinky side of the hand is on the floor and you're pushing the heel of the hand away. Also push the heel of the left foot away. Try to tuck the tail a little bit more. Aim your left armpit, the left side of your chest to the ground, and stretch longer between that arm and leg. Everybody hold. We have about 10 seconds left. Your goal is to use the arm to lengthen that upper part of the spine and your leg to lengthen the lower part of the spine. That looks beautiful. Tuck your chin, Carolina, just a little more, and tuck your tail a little bit more. Nice work. Good. Now let's bring the arm in. Bring the leg in. Good. Very gently relax your spine as you press yourself up to a seated position. Good. And then you're going to move your legs around to the other side. And you're going to perch on your left hip, knees and feet stacked, 90-degree angles at the hips and the knees, elbows under the shoulders. Take a couple of breaths here to work on your spine. Could you tuck your tail, tuck your chin, and really pull the two ends of the spine in opposite directions without holding your breath? Maybe you can feel the right side of the spine is on a little bit more of a stretch. Keeping your spine long, stretch your right leg straight so the top leg stretches out, knee is straight, foot is flexed, the inside of the foot is resting on the floor. You're going to push your foot away from you, and as you do that, you're going to feel how the foot pulls that right hip with it. Keep that. Slide your right hand along the floor like you're reaching your fingertips towards the far edge of your mat, and stay here and breathe. Check in on your spine. Could you lengthen it a little bit more? Could you pull those bottom ribs back? If you want to add more, you turn the right arm out, extend the wrist, and spread the fingers. So the heel of the right hand, the pinky side reaches. Aim your armpit and chest to the floor. Use your arm to lengthen through the back of the shoulder blade, the upper ribs. Use your leg to pull the same side hip in the opposite direction. That looks really good. Mark, pull your bottom ribs back just a little bit and then reach from there. That looks really nice. Let's slowly bring the arm in, bring the legs in. Nice, Tina, that was good. Really good release. Coming out of the stretch and make your way to a seated position. Okay, everybody, you're doing great. We saved the best for last. Here we go. We're going to go into our T-spine ELDOAs now. So start with your legs in a diamond. And you're just going to hold on to your shins or your knees, wherever is comfortable. I'm just going to show you from the side. Let's stay facing the front. We're going to think about this lower thoracic area, kind of right behind the base of the sternum, the very bottom of the sternum. And all I want you to do is sort of pull your kind of T9 area back and then pull T9 forward. Now T9, ninth thoracic vertebra, is kind of right across from the very bottom tip of the sternum. So keep going and I'll show you. If you're wondering, like, here's my sternum, the very bottom tip of it, right across from there, that's about T9. So that's what we're trying to move from. Again, it does not have to be perfect, just an idea of the area is enough. Okay, and then you're gonna stay right in the center where your spine is as easily vertical as it can be. Tuck your chin and reach your tailbone down. We're gonna bring the feet flat with the knees bent, so now the feet are pointing to the sky. Good. Keep your left leg firmly in place and stretch your right leg straight. Flex your foot and internally rotate your right thigh. Now reach through your right heel and see if you can use that to pull your right sit bone down into the ground. So as you push through the right heel, the right sit bone actually sinks a little bit. Relax your right hand in your lap and reach your left arm out in front of you. Externally rotate your arm and extend your wrist. Push your hand forward, push your right heel forward. Tuck your chin, reach your head up. Reach your tail and your right sit bone down. And now we'll just float that arm. Imagine I'm holding your wrist. Float that left arm up towards your ear. Imagine I'm pulling your arm up to the ceiling for you. Turn your arm out as much as you can, and then open it into a nice V, pushing it away from you as you open it away from your ear. Go a little wider, Annabelle, just see if it feels good to go a touch wider. And let that left shoulder blade reach out towards your left hand. Let your right heel pull your right sit bone down. Push your head up, reach your tail down. Good, I want you to feel the right hip dropping and reaching towards the foot and the left shoulder blade reaching out towards the hand. 10 seconds left. I just want to have a quick look. Nice little sips of air. Good, eyes down and chin tucked, looks really good. Keep going, JP, looks really good. Okay, bring your arm up into your ear. Bring it down in front of you. Relax your right leg, relax your left leg. Recline on your hands and wiggle your legs in and out. Nice work. Really good. These are not easy and everybody looked very in control, very calm. Okay, let's bend the knees again, put the feet flat. Good, hold on to your shins and just a couple of times pull T9 back and push T9 forward. Just that little undulation front to back. And then land in the center where your spine is most easily vertical. Keep your right foot anchored in place and slide your left leg out to straight. Flex your foot and turn your thigh in. Invert your foot. Now push your left heel forward and imagine that movement pulling your left sit bone down. So it's a grounding reach through the heel. Rest your left hand in your lap, relax that arm. Take the right arm out in front, externally rotate your arm and extend your wrist. Tuck your chin. Imagine I've got your wrist, I'm pulling it forward, push the hand forward, push the heel forward, and then start to casually float your arm up towards your ear. We're still breathing. That left leg is still in good tension. Good, once your arm is up as high as it goes, turn it out more and open it away from your ear. Feel how that shoulder blade is chasing off the sides of the rib out towards the right hand. And feel the left heel pulling forward, helping you to anchor the left hip bone down. Good, so there's a nice tension all the way from T9 on the right side of the spine, up and out through the hand. And a nice tension all the way from T10 down the left side of the spine, out through the heel. Tuck the chin, just another moment, turn the arm out, spread the fingers. Nice, looks really good. Nice, Eric. Good. Bring your arm up to your ear. Arm comes down to the lap. Left leg relaxes, right leg relaxes. Recline and roll your thighs in and out. Good. Give yourself 2 or 3 breaths here. The next ELDOA set is almost identical. There's just a little change in the leg and the arm. So let's begin with our knees bent, feet flat. Hold on to the front of your shins, stay facing the front, but this time just pull T10 back and forth. So go a little lower than the xiphoid process. Again, so T9 is kind of down here, T10 maybe just an inch lower, maybe lead from good old T10. And then we're gonna keep the knees pointing to the ceiling, Let's anchor that left foot and leg in place and slide the right leg out to straight and then open it about 45 degrees. Good. You're going to turn that leg in and flex and invert the foot. And hopefully here it's even easier to feel if you reach through your heel, can your sit bone anchor down? Push through the outside of the heel, anchor the sit bone down. We're going to rest the right hand in the lap. This time, take the left arm out in front, external rotation, extended wrist. Push your hand forward, keep pushing it forward as you float it up towards your ear. And in this one, the arm stays very close to the head. So you bring your arm up as close to the side of your head as you can. Keep the top of your head pointing and reaching to the ceiling. Keep your right heel pushing away and pulling your sit bone down. Good. See if you can take little breaths, growing taller with each moment. And just notice, is your left knee winging out to the side? Keep your left kneecap pointing up. Yes. Can we do 10 more seconds growing taller? Push the arm up. Nice. Push the heel away. Anchor that right hip. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the arm down. Hold your shin. We're going to transition all the way to the left side. Relax the right leg. Bring the right leg in to match the left leg. Keep your spine tall. Anchor your right leg here and slide your left leg to straight. Open it 45 degrees. Turn the leg in. Flex your foot. Invert your foot. Push your left heel away. Push it away until you feel your left sit bone drop. Relax your left hand in your lap. Take your right arm out in front, externally rotate your arm, extend your wrist. Make a connection between your shoulder blade and your hand, and then start to float your arm up so that the entire time that right shoulder blade is wide and sliding up the side of the ribs into the right hand. The right hand pushes the ceiling away. Good, keep going with that as the left heel pushes away, pulling the left side of the hip down. Push your head up. Reach your tail straight down between your two pelvic halves. Keep breathing here. Let's do 10 more seconds. Good, little sips of air. Try to grow taller. Bring the arm closer to the head. Push through the long heel. Awesome, nice work. Bring the arm down. Good, relax the long leg. Bring the legs in so they match. Good, hold on to the shins. Rock back and forth. Rock back and forth. Good. Nicely done, everybody. Okay, stay up nice and vertical and open your knees to the side. So a nice butterfly position here. Good, take your lower ribs and lower thoracic and just do a little translation from side to side. Good, do a little circle around, circling. Good, circle the lower thoracic spine and the rib cage the other way. Good, let me check the time. My little clock has broken. Ooh, okay, lucky us, we have time to do them. Okay, here we go. We're gonna have to make them a little shorter though, so that's the good news. So your heels are in line with your sit bones. Hands are resting on your shins and you're gonna flex your feet. Evert your feet. So if you can, twist your foot a little bit. So you're pushing the arches of your feet away and dragging the pinky side of your foot towards you. A nice twist. Now let's take the right leg and stretch it out to straight in front of the hip. Internally rotate that leg and push the heel forward. And it's the same idea. Pushing the heel forward pulls the sit bone down. Take both arms out in front this time. Let's make it exciting. Externally rotate the arms and extend the wrists. Push both hands forward. Draw your low back slightly back. Tuck your chin. Float your arms up towards your ears as though you were trying to lift your ribs off of your pelvis. That's it. Take some little breaths as you go, getting taller and taller. Keep that right leg in tension. Keep twisting the left foot. Now open your arms into a V and notice how you can externally rotate your arms a little bit more here. Feel the left arm push a little bit more. Feel the right leg push a little bit more, but the spine is perfectly centered. And now float your right hand down into your lap and hold this for 10 seconds, where the left arm and the right leg are very active and the spine is centered and elongated. Pull your right sit bone down by pushing your heel away. Now take your right arm back out into that V. Good. Relax just your right leg and fold it in so it matches the left leg, everting the feet. Slide the left leg out to straight, turn it in and invert the foot. Push the arms away from you more, tuck your chin. Great work, push through that left heel. Left sit bone is down. Now slowly release that left hand into your lap. Keep your spine perfectly vertical, but keep your right shoulder blade stretching out towards your hand. Left heel pushes forward and the left sit bone anchors. 10 seconds left. Can you stay strong and lengthened in your spine as your limbs reach? That looks so good. Take that left arm back out. Relax the left leg. Find the knees back into the center. Relax your arms both down. Relax your legs both out. And recline on your hands and breathe. And silently or out loud, congratulate yourself for getting through that one. Yeah, that was a lot. Okay, we have one more. I know we can do it. I really want to do T12 because it's like the super highway. There's like psoas, quadratus lumborum, diaphragm. There's so many important things at T12. So let's do T12. Here you go. Diamond legs. Good. Imagine how strong the muscles along your spine have gotten in this last half hour. Good for you. Flex your feet. Evert your feet. Twist them. Push the arches of your feet away. Drag the outside edge of the foot towards you. Let's take the right leg out. Stretch it out and open it 45 degrees. Internally rotate that leg and invert your foot and push your heel away so that your sit bone pulls down. Same as before. Arms are both going to come out. Both arms externally rotate and extend your wrists. Now, push your arms forward, draw the back of your head and your low back back. Keep your arms pushing away from you as you float them up towards your ears. It's like you're pushing a platter up against the ceiling. Keep pushing it up so you're lifting both sides of your ribs. This is T12, so where the bottom rib wraps around and meets the spine. Let's push that right heel away a little more and then let your right hand float down into your lap. Good, just maintain the length from the left side, from the sit bone up to the heel of the hand, and maintain the length from the bone behind the right ear down into the right sit bone. Push your long leg away, push your long arm up. Good, one more little breath in and out, holding all that length, and then take the right arm back up to match. Bring the right leg in to match the left leg, everting the foot. Slide the left leg to straight, open it out 45 degrees and turn it in. Invert your foot. Push your platter up to the ceiling. Lift your ribs off of your pelvis. You're doing great. Trust me, you can push your heel away, pull the sit bone down. Slowly lower that left hand with control. You're in control. Little sips of air. Push your hand up to the ceiling and push your heel away. Lift the bones behind the ears up, reach the sit bones down. Try to relax the left shoulder without losing any length on the left side of the spine. This looks really good. Last 5 and 4, 3, grow taller and taller. Let's take both arms up. This is our final mini push. Take that left leg back in, knees 90 degrees, feet everted. Push your arms up to the ceiling, lift out of your low back. We're doing L4 for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, breathing, 5, draw the low back back, push up. Good, bring your arms slowly down. Good, relax your feet and your legs, recline back on your hands, roll your thighs in and out. Let your breath come back to normal cadence. Take a second, all that's left is L5S1 with legs up the wall. So when you're ready, make your way to the wall. Well-deserved legs up the wall today. That was a pretty advanced class. Sorry, I got really excited. It was going really well. So maybe next week, something a little more subdued. Nice work, everyone. This lower thoracic area often comes with a really, like when we work on it, I find for a lot of people, there's a parasympathetic response. You might feel a little emotional after, you might feel just really tired. So, be nice with yourself for the rest of the afternoon and evening. Drink lots of water when we're done here. Okay, legs are up the wall, sit bones reaching into the wall, sacrum heavy. All right, we're gonna start with the legs and we'll add the arms because our arms have been doing so much work today. So take a couple of breaths and allow your low back and your lower abdominal organs and the back of your rib cage and the sternum all to feel nice and heavy and relaxed. See if you can make your breath float or flow between your crown and your tail. So you're breathing kind of along your spine. Let's set up some good tension through the legs. So flex at your ankles, turn your thigh bones in from the hip, invert your feet. Again, that twist of the foot where you're gonna pull the inside edge of the foot down and push the outside edge of the foot up. See if you can imagine I pulled the carpet out from under your pelvis and your sacrum is sliding into the wall. Okay, take your arms up to the ceiling, wiggle your shoulders around if you need. Externally rotate your arms and extend your wrists. Everybody stay there. I want you to imagine I've got a hold of your wrists again. I'm pulling them up to the ceiling gently. Your shoulder blades are following. Now I've got a hold of your wrists and I'm gonna pull your arms behind you. So I'm pulling your arms back towards your ears. Let me pull your arms back all the way down to the floor, arms reaching by the ears, sacrum sliding into the wall. Keep the belly button area soft. Good. Little sips of air here. Spread those fingers wide. Now you're going to use the movement of your arms and your legs, the stretch of them, to pull L5 away from the top of the sacrum gently. Let L5 sink into the ground and then use your arms and the rest of your spine to pull it away from the top of the sacrum. Anchor your sacrum in place as you pull. Last few seconds here. Good, easy breaths. Sheila, you know what you're doing, so you just stay as long as you need there. Okay, when you're ready, you come out, arms come up to the ceiling, legs soften. If you want to stay longer, stay. Relax the arms, relax the legs. Good, soften the spine and the eyes. Give yourself a moment here. Try to just rest. Try to just be really calm, really relaxed. Eyes and collarbones, shoulder blades, belly, glutes, everything. Nice, Sheila, go for it. Looks so good. Yeah. Okay, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks so much for coming to class.